Hey, welcome back. In this video I'm going to be making a custom pair of stainless San-Mai kitchen knives. I've been meaning to do stainless San-Mai for a long time, and when somebody asked me to make a pair of kitchen knives, I offered to make them out of stainless San-Mai. Stainless San-Mai does have its own kind of problems that I'm going to have to work around, but in the end these knives ended up looking really good and I couldn't be happier with them. For this stainless San-Mai, I have two pieces of 416 stainless and one piece of 80 CRV2. These are all 1/4 inch thick by 1.5 inches by 12 inches. So this is a little different than my normal San-Mai because the stainless will not weld if there's any oxygen present, meaning I have to fully seal this up with weld. I have to weld all the way around all the seams. Now I think this is too long right now for me to be able to forge weld, so I'll probably weld it and then cut it in half and work it as 2 billets. Now that the billets have been welded, it's time to draw them out. I'm going to go use my friend Steve's press to draw them out just because that's going to be a lot faster and it's going to be more likely to keep the cores centered in the billet so it doesn't get pushed off to one side or anything like that. Make sure to go follow Steve on Instagram at FeatherCapForge. Thank you, Steve. I really appreciate you letting me use your press. This is one of the billets that I forged out the other day. This is probably enough steel to make both knives I need to make. It's still like 1/4 inch thick and I need to draw it down some. So I'm going to throw this in the fire and start forging. Well, the quench went pretty good. The bigger chef knife had kind of pretty nasty warp in it, but I was able to fix that just by tweaking it as it was cooling down. You got to be careful with that, because if you go too far you could crack it, but you've got, you know, a couple minutes where you can still bend it and tweak it, and especially with the stainless jacket on this, it's probably a little bit safer than like a, you know, say a mono steel blade. But I got it fairly straight. There's still some more I need to do after temper, but I put those in the kitchen oven inside to temper at 350. After they're done there, I'll probably stick them in the heat treating oven at 375, just because I don't really trust the kitchen oven. These knives have been ground, and after I ground them, I ground in the edge, a little bit convex, and then I took it to a diamond stone just to kind of hone that in and sharpen them. Sharpen them before hand sanding, just because that way I know it's going to be already at an edge, and I'm not really going to have a big secondary bevel or anything like that. It also gives me a chance to kind of test it. Now I'm going to hand sand. I think I'm going to hand sand 320 and then 500. I got both knives hand sanded, and then I taped them up just so that I don't scratch the finish. I put my file guide right where I want the tang shoulders to be. Now I'm just going to grind those in and then file them a little bit more if I need to. Just so I've got a nice, square, flat shoulder that I can fit a bolster up to. Before I etch the blades, I'm going to start working on the handles. I'm going to have black G10 bolsters, G10 and brass spacers, and the actual handle is going to be this stabilized maple burl. Some real pretty stuff, got some cool figure in it. That should look real nice. I've never actually done a G10 bolster before, but it should look pretty good if I can get it to fit nice. So the first thing I'm going to do is put some center punch marks on these pieces of G10 and drill the holes so that we can start filing them and fitting the bolsters. I'm really happy with how these turned out. The one thing I think that I like the most is that G10 bolster. I don't know why, but I think that just clean black bolster really fits with the brass and the burl and the San-Mai. I think it all looks really awesome. I'm really looking forward to doing more stainless San-Mai in the future. Please subscribe to me here on YouTube and also go follow me on Instagram. Thank you for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one.